Hi, my name is Puka. Today, I have here behind me a master painting of 10 meters out of the Foundation of History, Part 1. That is out of History Foundation, Part 2. So, this part was done years ago. And this is the one I'm on. And this is the third part. It's 250 by 180. I'm showing them both simultaneously today because out of History Part 1 is from the beginning of the universe to the year 0. And out of History Part 2 is from the year 0 till now. So on this part, I also have the Part 1, the Part 1, the Part 2, the Part 3. This is the Part 3 and the 4th part. So when all of them will be finished, they will be exhibited. Part 1 10 meter and Part 2 10 meter. So this is done so this video has been programmed to compare how humans used to see the world from the beginning to the year 0 and how from the year 0 to date we see the world. We have been created naturally by, we don't know, but of course the Creator. We can give all sorts of names, but I choose the Creator because everything around us is made by something. We are not from a Big Bang or whatsoever theory this civilization have been portraying to human. It doesn't matter what a human will say, we're still part of creation. So it's the simplest word I'm going to be using to identify whatsoever we want to decide that we come from. So I'm going to use the name of the Creator. In this part of the painting, it's about the globe, the place where we are. A lot of us have heard of flat Earth. Flat Earth is a theory which has been believed for thousands and thousands and thousands. In fact, from the beginning of the universe, humans have always believed to belong in the universe created by a most advanced, intelligent designer, creator. So today is not flat Earth versus the globe, but it's just to pull out some facts and to help us to think what is real or what is not real. We are entering in our universe a stage where the knowledge of the wise will be confused. In time, we have witnessed such of era as well with the civilization, the higher civilization in Africa in the time of the Pharaoh, where the magician in that time were the closest advisor of government of the Pharaoh. So when there was a difficult situation, everyone was looking at the magician for answer. Today, everyone is looking up to scientists for answer because they are the replacement of magician. they have the knowledge of everything, even where God is hiding. So, in the time of Egypt, when the decline and the confusion was decided and complete, for those who are sharing some of the book of the past, they will find out that Moses was asked to throw a stick, and Pharaoh magician was also asked to throw a stick. It didn't turn up into a knife, it turned up into a snake. So this is the kind of approach of wisdom and defiance that was made, and the civilization was brought down. Today we have the kind of defiance where the knowledge of the scientists is completely confused. Like when it comes to sickness, scientists are the most high stage of knowledge in the universe today, but if they are incapable to solve one problem like the COVID, it has completely tear down their knowledge, because like in the time of Pharaoh, they came out with no solution, asking human to stay home. So we are in the era of the total collapsing of scientific knowledge in terms of philosophy, knowing everything, knowing who we are, knowing where God is, knowing how the universe starts, knowing everything, they have the answer of everything, but not the answer for eternity. They're still looking. So, today I'm going to try to describe as naturally as I can, because I'm one of the people who believe that knowledge is an insight. Knowledge is not something you should believe exactly like other human believe, because we are created individually and unique. The work of the creator, the work of the maker of all things, the only one who knows everything. Because I don't believe my child can describe me. I'm the one who can describe my child, his date of birth, how it was conceived, because I know that. He doesn't know. A child cannot describe his father. A child cannot describe how it was conceived. It was not there. So, these are the basic knowledge I'm using to not to contradict scientists who living on the earth. They know how the earth was born 10 billion years ago. And not even being able to describe our neighbor, we know how the entire universe was born. To me, it's not a sickness or an arrogance or whatsoever, but we have heard of mental illness and all sorts of things, but it's having not the boldness of courage to describe the universe, to describe everything in existence. While up to date, no human knows everything in his own body. We don't know ourselves. We're still discovering ourselves. 50 years ago, some human was still being considered like monkey, but the universe, they knew how the universe started. They knew everything about life. So these are the desire behind the making of those paintings. What do we have to believe, or how are we surrendering our life to some people who are directing us where we don't want to go? Because it's extremely rare to find a true human today. We are all consciously or unconsciously subject or heavy philosophy who are in the daily basic controlling our behavior. Okay, I'm going to start with this oblong earth. And before starting with this shape of the earth, there is a proverb who says, everything, every human is beautiful when she's far off. If you look at women, they are, all of them, of course, they are all beautiful, but all of them are pretty and extremely beautiful when they are far off. The closer you get to her, then you start seeing if it's a real hair, if it's a real color, the lipstick and all those things, the shape of the body. When you get closer to the person, then you see reality. But when they are far off, they all look beautiful. So how close can we get to the planet to find out the real form? Even the moon, we all see the moon. It looks very round, but if you get closer, it won't look the same. It's not going to look the same. In fact, every human body, if you look at me from far off, you will think this part is like the other part, but no part is the same. There is nothing that has been repeated in my entire body, because we are the work of a creator and a high, I don't know how to describe, because there is no word to describe the intelligence that is found in the universe. In fact, everything created has been created with that specific and unique idea that make an entire universe being a place of wealth, not a place of poverty like described by some human. Because in our universe, everything is valuable. The water is expensive, the electric is expensive, the trees are expensive, the fruit are expensive. Everything is expensive except us, because of our ignorance. So such a thing are designed to bring us back to our humanity, so that we will know that being the center of everything created, we can dwell in them and know them the most and bring out of it in the few years we have to spend on earth the beauty of our humanity. So this map of the earth is the one found in the United Nations. They don't use the round earth, they use the oblong earth. And here is our atmosphere, where we can breathe, we can suck the oxygen, everything can be moving. And up there, here I spent time to design the sukup, the astral plane. And this has a specific mission to be here. Those things you see on the sky there, they are plane, they are technology. These are plane, and if you go into ancient writing, you will find that they wrote that some engine was coming from outside of the world, flying, like in Ezekiel. You can find in the book of Ezekiel, the wheel was moving up and down. So this is that kind of wheel. And this is specifically put there because from the year 0 to date, humans have been calling themselves advanced. No, we can transform things, but we are really not advancing. Because if human were to advance in search of knowledge, if evil is not found in us like it's found in us today. In fact, we are the worst kind of humanity today. So, technology in every ancient civilization was fully made, fully shared. In some tomb, in different cultures, they have found light that was shining forever. That is how advanced was technology in that time. But the way they have believed in creation is different than what we are believing. So this earth is also surrounded with water. It's surrounded with water. And we have the base, I mean, the earth itself down here where no one can really dig down to the core. And the land is appearing in some of the part from the water. The full philosophy in that time I do not possess. Maybe if I find a request to Rome, because in Rome they have all the library, they wrote all the book all over the world and they keep them there. In Rome is some of the library here in Europe where they can give me the full documentation of the map, because those maps were done before this civilization. And according to this, heaven was up. Because when you look at this description of the earth, you cannot seek heaven somewhere else. You will seek heaven just up, upward. Now, if I come into this part of the world, the one we be living today, is completely different to understand how things are made. In fact, it is so difficult for a natural human to believe in what this civilization is showing to know, is showing to the world, is showing they knows everything. But if you come to question what they know, you will be deceived. The first thing is, there is no picture of the entire earth. No camera, no one has ever taken the picture of the entire earth. But in every television, you will see a globe turning around himself, jumping and down, and you will see people on top of that globe doing what? I don't know. There is no picture, no one has ever taken the picture of the entire earth. The second thing is, they show that ball turning like spinning more than a car, and spinning around itself, and spinning around the sun. But no one has ever taken the earth spinning like that. But it's what we are believing. And it's not only that, they show that this earth, people are standing on the edge of the earth. On the edge of the earth. In every corner of the earth are building, even here are building and people standing there. And to seal the philosophy, they have created an invisible force called gravity. So, when one scientist worked out for the first time ever in the universe, an apple fall down to the tree. Ha! The solution was there. Gravity. So, in the time of our ancestor, apples did not fall. Mango or all the other fruits, they were all jumping up and down. But for an apple to fall, it's the matter of a peasantry. It's just a normal thing. The apple is not the only thing that fall on the floor. So many things are designed naturally into that way. But into this painting, they saying, like in Beyonce's song, gravity pulling me down again. So if you hear, this is a human, gravity is pulling you down. But can we explain the word pull? To pull something is to pull it. It's like a vacuum. When the vacuum is sucking the dust, it's pulling the dust toward him. So I'm walking here. There is nothing pulling me. I can jump, I can do whatever I want to do. There is nothing pulling me. We all breathing. You can feel your breath. When there is a strong wind, you can feel the wind. And sometimes the wind blows things up. So the invisible force, at least when they are acting, we can see the reaction. It's like bacteria. When bacteria are acting, we can see their reaction, because there is no action if there is not a reaction. But gravity does not exist. We don't see his action, neither his reaction. Everything that moves, that fall, is naturally. Now, let's just say, okay, we are here with gravity. It's pulling this person down. And here, this is another person here, down. Gravity is pulling that person down. And I've designed them here, people are up and down. But when this person is down, what about the blood? Because the blood goes down to his head. I'm a human. I'm standing here. If you put these two human on the earth, it doesn't matter where you will put them, naturally there won't be no confusion. But if you take this man, you put here, and you take this woman, you put down there, and you said gravity is pulling them down, and that there is a problem, because they have a different position. So with that different position, this person's blood comes down, but this person's blood, gravity cannot bring it down because it's into the body. So the blood will go down to the head. So the second thing is, we are all, this is the tree. Oh, my tree is not almost. So this tree is here. The fruit will come to the earth. But when the tree is down here, it takes a miracle to pull his fruit up to the earth. Because naturally, the fruit will go down to the empty space. When it comes to the cloud, if gravity is pulling things, gravity will also pull the cloud, which is less heavy than a human. But they say no, when the cloud is heavy enough, it comes down like a rain. But a human cannot explain everything. When it comes to the plane, this plane will land up properly. But they will say to you, no, when the plane goes around to Australia, it's going to land up like this. Meaning, if you got the plane moving from this point A, people are sitting like this with their head up. The plane will come easily. If the plane lands here, the head will be down, the wing will be up, and the plane will stick on the earth. Because it doesn't matter how big is the globe. It doesn't matter how wide is the globe. If you say that the buildings are up, the trees, this tree will be like this. This tree will be like this because the globe is round. We cannot argue with that. But if the plane moves from here to here, it will stick like that. And by the time it's moving from here to here, the earth is already spinning maybe 8 times. So even his direction, it won't miss his direction because the earth is spinning, it's going everywhere. So let's just move that plane. It doesn't matter which area you want to move the plane will come. I will have to stick on the earth with gravity, and people will come out with their head down. So it's not, this is my part of science. I'm not against gravity, neither against scientists, but I'm one of them, and I'm showing you my part of science, because as a human, we all are individual and we all have to think naturally. So this was the plane. Now, if I use this plane in this earth, the plane will move from America, go up, and travel to and go down to Europe. The plane will move from Europe, go up like usual, go down and land in Africa. The plane will move from, what is Australia? Or Australia somewhere here. From Australia, go up, from Asia, go up and land there. It's so natural, and it's what the plane does. Because according to this Earth, the plane will go up here and go, will miss the Earth. Because by the time it comes down to land, the Earth is already been spin 100 times and it's gone far away from the sun. So from this plane to follow the Earth, because despite what we think, it just takes 6 hours to move from Europe to Africa. It takes maybe 24 hours to move from Africa to Australia. But in that time, the Earth has already moved once. So the plane has to be very careful not to jump with the Earth, because the Earth is spinning so fast and the plane is only going so fast. Because if the plane have to turn around the Earth to land into places and the Earth is spinning, they can collide. Because the plane normally go up and miss the Earth and land somewhere in space. But if the plane have to go around down to the Earth to land, because they have to stick with gravity and the Earth is spinning, then something else will happen. This is a natural thinking. I'm just thinking naturally. So let me put another plane here. Now, when you look at this globe, the globe is like this. I'm maybe going to be the first scientist to design a plane to have my mission under the Earth. Why, if the Earth is a globe, is spinning around itself, why all the mission of the astronaut are made up? For all the mission to be made upward, the Earth has to be designed like this. If the Earth is designed like this, then God will be up. Then the sky will be up. Then the moon will be up. Then every mission, every human will imagine the mission will go up. The mission will go up. The mission will go up. Because there is no way we can send things down. Because the Earth, we are surrounded by water. So, as tiny as we are, the only mission we can send is somewhere above here. Is somewhere above here. We cannot come out of there to go under the Earth. No, it will be impossible for us to go down under the Earth. That is a natural thinking of a natural human that I am. I'm no apologetic for thinking naturally. But it's extremely difficult to find out that the Earth is round and is spinning, and humans are up here, are up there, are up here, are up here. But all those humans, their heaven is just here. If you are here, your heaven will be there. If you are here, your heaven will be there. If you are here, your heaven will be down. If you are here, your heaven will be over there. How can you be down here, seeing the sky here, and your heaven is up here? It doesn't make sense to me, human. It's very simple. Right now, I'm in London. If I walk out of the door and I look up, the sky I will see a person who is in Birmingham. is just 2 hours from London cannot see the same sky like me. Sometimes when it's raining in another part of London, in another part it does not rain. When the sun is shining in one part of London, in some other part the sun does not shine. How then can the person who is here have the same heaven than the person who is down over there? These are the natural questions I'm just asking. If there is a scientist somewhere who just come from a billion years around the moon who can explain that to me, I will be very happy to understand why the earth is round and everyone is spinning, but we all have the same heaven. The horoscope is up, and in every country we read the sign of the same horoscope, meaning the same heaven. And that just sent me to this heaven where our ancestors have believed everything was up. And the horoscope did not start 2,000 years ago. The horoscope started more than 10,000 years ago. They have been counting the year in thousands, and the horoscope is the same one we are using today, and all the stars are up into heaven. When you look at the weather, I'm here in London. So, we are during the summer. The time starts in Greenwich. It's not far away from here. The fusel already 24 hours where the earth is supposed to turn around himself to give a day and a night. But sometimes they're changing the hour here to adjust because the day comes early and the night goes down late. Now is the time of the summer. So during this time of the summer, the day starts around 4 and finishing around 10. That means the day is longer. So London is somewhere here, and his day is starting earlier and is finishing late. But if you move from London to Africa, in Africa, for those who does not know, the time just doesn't change. In Africa, the day starts at 5:30 or 6, and the night starts at 6:30, and it's like that all year round. The weather, because this is the equator here, according to scientists, I'm not a scientist, but the weather is almost the same. It does not change that much. It's hot, it's raining, there are 4 seasons like most of the places. And here in Russia it's more colder. And in America, over there, I don't know about the weather, because in America you just know about weapons, so there's more weapons. So this is the old earth. According to the new earth, this new earth, the earth is spinning around himself, and the earth is spinning around the sun. 24 hours around himself and around the sun, and it's spinning. Sometimes it's spinning slowly, sometimes it's spinning so fast, and the water keeps just sticking like the river. You can see the sea, nothing moves, everything is just there. Miracle, everything, invisible force, gravity, everything is just stick there with us, everything, nothing. Okay, but there is a problem. If the earth is spinning around itself and is spinning around the sun, then why do the weather does not change depending of the spinning? In Africa it doesn't snow. In England sometimes there are 4 weather in a day. In Russia it's always cold. While everyone is spinning, we should share the weather. We should share things, because everyone everyone goes around. Everyone tested the other thing. I can go on and on when come to describe everything we have been told. Where every day they have to show us those images where people are going to walk in the space station. It's the only place where country does not launch war in the space station. There, the astronaut is going to make some gym in the space station. They show him jumping, and then Russia is going over there, the China are going. It's the only place where they don't make any problem. And after one mission, you see more building around cities and more wealth. And one program only costs billions of money. One program of space completely eradicate poverty on the earth. And we call ourselves human, abusing not the money from the pocket, but the money from the poor. The taxpayer is the one that sends people to do the gym on the space. Then to do the gym on the space, we end up with more building on earth. So here, I forgot something here. Completely forgot. I'm going to design it. I forgot one flag. I completely forgot one flag. This here is the moon. You know, this inspiration comes from my wife. She said to me that, I'm not remember properly. She said to me that in America they planted the flag in the moon and they came back. But they never went back over there to build a house. So I've built the house in the moon, knowing the mentality of the scientist. If really 60 years ago America claimed the moon to be theirs and they planted the flag, if today when the Americans are coming on earth, it's just to say hi to us, if all of them they live in the moon. But time catches all lies. Thing we are believing today, tomorrow will change. For thousands of years, people have been believing that the earth was flat, God was in heaven, and humans were moving from continent to continent, and everything works well. They have lived well, and they left us with a perfect world. In this time, we are taking pleasure to call our ancestor Australopithec or whatsoever, or ancient knowledge. While for thousands of years, they have managed not only to map our world, but to catch the time in the universe. The very knowledge of the horoscope. Horoscope is neither an English, neither a French, neither an American, neither a Spanish, neither a Portuguese name. Horoscope is an African name. It comes from Horus, who was before Jesus, who started in the year 0, the year of Jesus. Before that, it was Horus, the knowledge of the African. They have mapped the entire universe. And today, you have tribes in Africa who believe their ancestors come from Saurus, is another planet. It took more than hundreds of years from for the scientists and the astronauts of today to find that planet. Saurus. The pyramid, thousands of years, have been laid properly with the center of the universe. In 100% accurate, lay down with the center of the universe. Up to date, we do not possess even half of that knowledge. But we call those who have worked so hard, have done all those things, and passes the baton, passes the true knowledge. We call them ancient. We claim they built the pyramid with chisel, while we find 90 degrees angle cut. All the equipment have disappeared from that part of the wall. The disc, the surgery, everything was already done. And then we create another philosophy. The one of the spinning ball or whatsoever, the tens of millions, because the more people they have money in the pocket they can count. Today we have trillionaire. Yesterday we have millionaire. So when the world was making millionaire, the earth was 1 million years ago. When the world started making billionaire, scientists discovered the universe was billion years ago. Now that the world is making trillionaire, some of the scientists start discovering that the earth, the universe is stretching, is billionaire, trillionaire years ago. But I've got just one question to all that scientific professor whatsoever, Big Bang whatsoever. Just one question. What is a human most wonderful desire? A human most wonderful desire is to live forever. Is to live forever. We spend money searching where we have no answer and giving to humanity answer we do not have, and pouring the mind and their destruction into a world we are so hugely destroying every second, every minute. That does not show any knowledge in the scientific community. By describing the universe or going in the spaceship or going into the moon and spending those billion building on the ground and saying to your citizen your money is well spent in the moon for the advancement or whatsoever, we don't need that. Every human life is a time. We are all passing away. Life is a serious business. It's good to be alive, to perform, to do whatever comes in our imagination, to eat well, to dance, to express ourselves. Because tomorrow we are not going to be here. The signs are true. The change is always happen. The world, this world, was not created by a stupid human for us to describe it like we want. We are in fact the stupid who are destroying it by ignorance. The human before us. I mean, our fathers, they did not describe human coming from the monkey. They did not describe human coming from whatsoever. In Egypt, all prototype of human, still you can find them in the hieroglyph. The natural law of nature, they do not change. We haven't got a creator who is stupid and has left us to do whatever we want to do to try to find out where is he, and to try to find out that he's not even. If it's true that the ball, the earth is turning around the sun, if it's true that the earth is turning around himself, then it's turning around the sun. I can tell you something, it's like the wash you're having. It's like the Big Ben in London. Can that be naturally? No, it's the work of someone. Our pride is more than the Creator can bear. Where you see a passing breath like a human in his small shell, is incapable to heal himself, is incapable even to know where he comes from and where he will go after his departure on earth. But with an excessive pride and arrogance, there are millions of videos describing you how the universe functions, while we don't even know how we function. We're still struggling with race. Meaning, we cannot accept order in our planet. Can we really accept the universe if we can know it? Because we don't know the universe. You cannot, no human know this earth, how it has been created to function. We are paying a heavy price of our activity and desire, the conquest of money and gold, something that remains on the earth, and we are all passing away. People are more sick of discovering what is not into the control than to do what is in our control. Knowing ourselves and making it good for all the other. I have no desire even to show this as a turning ball, a spinning ball, or whatsoever. My desire, during the few time I have to dwell in this beautiful world, to see the beautiful creature, to discover other people's culture, that is the knowledge. To overcome our differences, we need to go toward other human beings. If there is an asteroid who will come and destroy the earth, or there is no asteroid who will come and destroy the earth, we are all passing away. We are all passing away. It is not our mission to describe a planet that is 10 billion years ago. You want to go to Mars. I want to go to Mars. I want to go to Mars. Mars is 10 trillion years. So it will take us how long? Like, no. No. We need to cease a childish behavior around ourselves. A lying pulpit full of scientists. They're lying to the world. They're lying about everything. They cannot even produce a medicine that heals a human. They're producing drugs where you need to consume all your life. Go back to the ancient. When people were healing, they were healing Meaning, when you're sick and you take medicine, you will get well. You're not going to be sick anymore. But they found out they can make business with medicine. They can make business with everything, and you end up dying generation after generation. We should make it good for every life, because everything created have been created for a purpose, and there is no poverty on the earth. Water is the least of things. You find water everywhere, but mostly people are paying 200 pounds for the water. So we should think again. The signs are there. COVID is a sign. More signs are to come. We all know where we are leading. We all see where we are going. But no one wants to put a leg to stop. No one is ready. But those people, those who have created everything we are using today, all those civilizations, we go to the ruin, we see, oh, this is great. How did they manage to do this? How did they manage to do that? Where are they? Nobody knows. Some people said, oh, Atlantic is sink under the water. It was a great civilization. People talking all sorts of things. The Maya, oh no, the God, they want to see the God. Oh, some people are saying that under the earth, there's another kingdom. We have all sorts of ideas, but we don't know where they are. But at least we have proof of the greatness. In Egypt, every city was filled with human. Memphis, all those great cities. But those ones are not to be found nowhere apart from the name in the Bible. Those Africans found in the museum everywhere around Europe. The ancient people, the tomb you see in Europe, those Africans, they are the great name of the Bible. Last time they found the tomb of Tutankhamun. Into that tomb they found 2 daggers. And they claim that those daggers have been made with the meteorite coming from the moon. And the way they have been made, they needed a laser and all the latest tools to perform that kind of beauty and greatness. But that kind of knowledge is still with us. But we are distracted by money and destruction of self. It's good to know, but it's best to have the good knowledge. And the good knowledge is starting by self, to discover ourselves, to know ourselves. My true mission here today is not about who is right or who is wrong, but it's a call of conscience. What do you want to leave to our children? When it comes to knowledge, it doesn't make any difference. Billions of people, like me, love science. And on top of the science, we have the Big Bang. Not the Big Bang, the Big Bang. It's the same. It's the same. Big Bang, the earth started, Big Bang, boom, there was no one. And then the water, the food, everything, and we can speak, and we can do things great, and we are intelligent, and some are not intelligent, and the animal is still living perfectly with no education. We are educated, and we believe in all those junk. End up being enslaved. But in the same world, we have Adam and Eve under the tree. Billions of people are believing in that. Every morning they goes to Rome. Papa Dupida, bless us. But it's the same thing. We don't have to make humans to believe in our junk every day because we want to control them. We can live naturally. No forcing every human to the same system. we have to understand the power of creativity, the power of creation, the power of difference, the power of individuality. Because making everything to look the same, making every human to think the same, making everything to control, to be under control like the Chinese. You don't know who is this Chinese. All of them, they wear the same shoes. All of them, they have the same head. You don't even know who is Lin Fanchu, who is Li Mu, who is Man Punchu, who is Gumba. You don't know them. They are just walking like robots. We don't want to go there. We want a world full of creativity. We want a world where human can enjoy other human civilization, where human can enjoy other human being, where everyone can discover and know and change himself and upgrade himself, because that is the mission of human on earth. Multiculturalism has not been created to be erased. You see, the African, they are the most creative people on earth. If you look at the haircut of the woman, they have 1,000 different kind of haircuts. So they pass them into the laser, and all of them, they have long hair now. They have long hair. All of them, they have long hair. All of them, they have long hair. We don't need to look the same. We need to embrace our differences. It's what makes the world to be what it is. A tall tree will never want a small plant. A small plant will never want a middle tree. But if you put them together, it's where we go. We said we're going into paradise. We have been created. It does not please that many people. And it doesn't matter what. We're still unique and individual. We need to stop pumping humans with some of the news we know they are not in the advantage. We need to stop wanting to control the entire humanity through lies and manipulation, while we ourselves, we don't even know what we're talking about. How can a tiny human talk about the universe? Which kind of zeal is that? While we really don't even know our neighbor. 50 years we have been putting them into the zoo. Today we're talking about the universe, and they are there watching because they have no other choice. The only image they have in front of them. Everything has been done in the beginning, and every last will be undone. Time is the key. Thank you.